Well, good morning and welcome to Move Early, Move Often. I am Blake Martin. It is Functional Friday. My name is Blake Martin, and yeah, my co-host, as always, in the heart of the big city, is Thomas Karakolis. You can't hear him, you can't see him. He's like Mr. Snuffleupagus, but he actually does exist. Trust me, you can come visit us on Mondays to find that out. Um, hey, so sitting. We do a lot of it, and we actually end up spending a great deal of our day sitting, but we also spend a great deal of our day sitting down into a chair and getting up from the chair. And I wanted to take a little time today to investigate that moment, the moment of the transfer from sitting to standing and standing to sitting, and in particular the upward phase. The downward phase kind of takes less effort. So we're going to do. I invented an acronym to help us think it through, and I'm going to introduce the acronym now, and then we're going to practice it a few times. So the acronym. So here it is. Mira. Okay, there we go. So share from your chair. Huh? How do you like that? So you shift, slide, or shuffle to the front of the chair pan, and then you make sure that your heels are under your hips. You align your spine. We want a nice neutral spine. We incline forward in order to move our center of mass upward and forward, and then we rise with our hips. So that was my clever acronym, and I'm trying out my cool text thing. Anyway, so let's get to it. Let's get to the chair. It's gonna. You actually will end up feeling a little something here. So we're gonna get in our chair, and you don't have to be sideways to the camera. You can face it and face it, and I have nothing else to say. So if you just watch for a second, um, if I kind of I'm going to try and do as many things wrong as possible, but if I lift my chin, well, no, actually try this. Sit with your butt in your chair and your feet kind of at 90 from your knees, and just lift your chin so your spine is misaligned, and try to stand up from here without moving. And if you were successful, I want you to notice the amount of effort that took. Okay, so we're going to do a whole bunch of things to facilitate that. Very first thing we should do is move towards the front of our chair. So, and a good way to do that is you can use your hands, or you can just use your moving forward, but with your body mass. But we're getting our hips forward, and then we want our heels and our hips to be aligned. Okay, so you can do that in a couple of ways. One way is to have one leg slightly forward and one leg slightly back. So the back one, and that spreads our base of support. That makes it easier. I'll just turn upwards here so you can see. So my feet are apart, but they're also apart anterior and posterior, right? So even there, right now, with my heels and my hips more or less aligned, I'm in this fantastic position. I've got lots of power. So if you just go there, just rise up off your chair and just feel with your feet slightly spread apart how that's different than with your feet completely aligned. Okay, try rising now. Just give that a try. Okay, so all of a sudden, shifting forward, getting our hips and our heels aligned. There we are. This is good. Okay. Now we've got a good stable structure to get up from our chair. If we're going down too, so come to standing with your feet slightly anterior and posteriorly spread, and just sit back into the chair. Okay, so feel that. Okay. The next thing is to have your spine aligned. If you lift your chin, so get to the edge of your chair pan, one foot forward, one foot back, And lift your chin way up. Like tilt your head back and try to stand. There's this, I don't know if you feel it, but for me, it's almost like I feel like I can't almost muster the will to do it. So what I want you to do is align your spine. Your spine is aligned, nice neutral spine. So the back of your neck is long. So think of that, the back of your neck being long, natural curvature in your low back. We don't want to be hunched over. Hunching over is going to actually be bad for this as well. So let's try that. Let's try with the hunch, completely hunched over. So roll your shoulders forward, roll your low back forward if it's not going to hurt you because of a back injury, and try to stand. And I want you to notice how much effort there is in that. Try putting the other foot forward just for a second, just so we can alternate which leg has the most stress on it. Same thing. So align your spine now. Nice, tall back. And do an incline forward. And then lift off your chair and sit back down. So tall back, aligned, inclined, and feel how that changes everything. Go back to hunched. And feel the effort involved. Go back to aligned and inclined and feel how that changes things. The last part, and the absolutely most important part, is this moving of your hips. A lot of times we think of it as being from the legs, and there is truth in that. There's this thing in your leg musculature where the knee extensors, these guys who kind of extend your knees, that they're actually acting with your hip extensors together. It's called Lombard's paradox. And they act together in this weird way. So, but I really want you to think about your hips moving forward. Think about your hips, because if you think about your hips moving forward and up, everything is going to change. All right? So let's just practice that moment from the edge of the chair pan. Your spine is aligned. Your heels and your hips are over one another. Well, your heels aren't over your hips, because that would be problematic from the standpoint of getting up. Your hips are over your heels, okay? So your hips are over your heels, your spine is aligned, you incline, and then you move your hips. And let's just practice that moment getting off the chair with the incline and the alignment and rising with the hips. And get all the way up. Let's switch legs. And let's reverse that to go down. So we're going to be heels over hips, aligned, inclined, and now we're coming down. And rise. And back down. Let's go all the way to the back of our chair again. And just lift your chin and maybe round your back. Let's do everything wrong. And just try to stand up from the back of your chair here. And feel how much effort. Back down in bad form. And let's correct everything. Shift to the front of our chair. Heels and hips aligned. Over top of one another. Align your spine. Incline forward and rise. And notice the difference in effort. And if you think about the hundreds of times that you get up and down from your chair every day, and the amount of effort that you're putting into it, and think about that taking away energy that you have to do other things in the rest of your life. So let's sit down again and let's try 3 rises in a row. I won't disturb you. I want you to just think about it. Okay? So think about the steps. It's going to be slide or shuffle or shift forward, heels aligned, heels and hips, align your spine, incline and rise. That should feel very easeful, all right? Just try it a few times. I'm going to shut up. So watch. One thing that happens a lot as we're doing this is one of the natural tendencies is to lift your chin. But really focus on that good spine alignment. It's going to give you just that little extra boost to get you up. And then think about your hips moving forward and rising. It should really feel like when you're at the edge of your chair, like it almost wants to happen all by itself if you rock forward. And just practice that rocking forward where your butt comes off the seat. You may need to use your hands on your chair arms, and that's okay. Just shift. Try alternate feet forward. It's leg day. You're going to be so swole, bro, after doing this. And try a couple of complete rises with different feet forward. And maybe with your feet side by side. That takes me a little more effort for me. All right. So that's the big idea for today. I'm going to do my cool text thing again. Are you kidding me? There we go. Share from your chair. So you want to slide, shift, or shuffle to the front of your chair pan. Get your heels under your hips. Align your spine with your chin down especially. Incline forward, and that should bring your butt off the seat of the chair. And then rise with your hips. And think about your hips driving forward and up. The thing is, in life that there's movements that we've done thousands of times, and we've done them incorrectly thousands of times. And so they're very strongly patterned in us to do them incorrectly. So if there is something that you can do, some little reminder, maybe just write out the word SHAIR from your chair beside your computer screen or something like that, if that's going to help. Whatever is going to help you think of that better alignment. These are things that are actually going to change and benefit your long-term health. These small shifts and alterations in our posture and our behavior can bring really life-changing effects to our musculoskeletal system. You've moved early. I hope you remember to move often. Next Functional Friday, we're going to be back with something a little bit more active, but I did want to take some time today to focus on this. Monday, we'll be back with Momentum Monday, and we hope you join us then. Have a great day and a great weekend.